Welcome to Speaking Into the Abyss. That is Johnny.
And this is my good friend, Jose.
Man, we got some special guests on the podcast today.
That's right.
Real special guests. They actually have their own podcast, believe it or not.
Really?
Let's go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Jess.
Hi, my name is Des.
I think I've heard them somewhere.
Yeah, it's not ringing a bell.
I don't listen to podcasts, so yikes. Yeesh.
We're coming from Brother Let's Talk podcast.
Yes. Yeah. You guys take the lead, actually. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take the lead on our own podcast.
I'll be quiet.
Yeah, we're kidding. We're not the
That was spooky. Someone else running a better pod.
Love it.
So, welcome to our podcast. This is Brother Let's Talk.
Yeah.
One of them's my actual brother.
Yes, it is.
And one of them's my other brother, just not my blood.
And neither are my brothers.
Correct.
So, yes.
Hey, nice podcast you got here.
Yeah.
I really like it.
Good little setup.
It's nice.
Like the ambiance.
Ain't got no roaches in here and nothing.
Love it.
Thank you for having us, though.
Yeah, of course.
Of
We
course.
just spent a good little bit on your guys' podcast getting spooked and telling scary stories.
Yep.
So we thought we would bring the energy to our podcast and keep it going.
Yeah.
We did get very scared. I'm not going to lie. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There
I'm
was-
getting over it
Okay,
right now.
okay.
There's a
All right,
little-
cool. I wasn't sure if you guys were just kidding.
No,
No, I was scared.
I cried like 3 times.
Me sniffling my nose. I was like, yeah,
Okay.
it was, yeah,
Okay.
I was like, shit.
Ghost
So-
allergies.
Anyways.
This is Brother Let's Talk is a video and audio podcast. As you guys know, we are only audio currently. So if you want to see us on video, go check us out there. But for everyone else, we are at a new recording location. Sorry if it's echoey, but we are at the most haunted daycare in Reno, Nevada.
Spooky.
Yes, we've heard noises so far, and we hope, hopefully, we catch something again.
I hope they come out on the episode.
I really
Yeah,
do.
me
just
too.
recording our podcast, we caught
A couple sounds.
couple
that were like,
sounds.
We
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah,
Hope it comes
yeah.
through. And you guys do plan on doing like a ghost recording thing after.
Yep.
So also check that out
Yes,
over there.
I make no promises on the timeline, but I'm going to try my hardest to get it out at least this month. So
Yeah, hopefully
Yes.
before the 31st.
Yeah, exactly.
Or on the 31st.
Or by the 31st.
Yeah.
All right.
So
So what do you guys do?
I'm a professional podcaster. What about you guys?
I dabble.
We dabble.
Okay.
You
okay.
dabble.
Hobbyists.
So, do you guys believe in ghosts?
Go ahead.
I do.
You do.
I do too, and I'm really scared right now. On our podcast, I start off being like, "Oh, I'm a bit of a skeptic," and I'm already so scared right now. There's been like 2 creaks, and I immediately just shifted my entire belief system. That's all it took.
Yeah.
I'm very, very
I'm glad.
impressionable right now. Yes, so I'm a believer.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I am. I would definitely say, as we discussed like on our episode, that's as you get older, you start putting up that wall a little bit. I definitely have like come down from that, but that being said, I mean, I still get very scared.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, it's whatever. No, no, I still get scared though.
Yeah,
It still gets me.
It's creepy out there. Stay safe.
yeah. Are y'all believers?
You don't have to. Our podcast listeners know Jess
Yeah.
is the most believerist
They
believer.
know I'm a spooky girl. Actually, every time I get a cut, it's like orange and black blood comes out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It spells spooky.
Are you a
Very creepy girl.
believer?
I would be lying if I said I was, but I know. I want to say I know like 5 or 6, and I believe in those ones.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, those are gold. I feel like I never got into the believerness of it, but I definitely believe enough.
Now you believe. You believe in the Beebs.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Off spooky. Well, I guess very spooky because one of the teachers from my old cosmetology school is doing a Halloween door with scary, monsters, Freddy Krueger, this guy. And then she's like, you'll never guess the last guy I put on there. He's very scary, very creepy. He's doing bad stuff.
Oh my god, I can't
Is
wait.
it Diddy?
It's Diddy.
Topical, good. I
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah,
it's
but
a
I was
good
gonna
one.
say Justin Bieber, working with the feds to take on the diddler.
That didn't have that on my bingo
Diddler.
card. Did not have that on my bingo
me
card.
neither.
Do you, what do you guys think about pop culture Halloween costumes? Like if someone dressed as Diddy or something like that, for example.
Oh,
Tacky.
Is it too?
I think that's
soon?
too soon. Yeah, that
Like
therefore
maybe
makes
if we
it
did
tacky.
it next year. Well,
After he's been charged,
Yeah.
then it would be like, okay, that's funny.
and I mean and I don't know if this is an America thing, but we are so unserious all the time. And everything we're just jokes, depression.
World War III. Yeah, we're
yeah,
cooked.
literally war. Yeah, death.
Chat, we're cooked. Chat, we're cooked.
How are you feeling today? Just trying not to jump off the building. What about you?
Unalive myself.
Yeah, we're depressed, guys. Get some sunlight.
Not for sure. Vitamin D.
Say B?
No, D.
Oh, okay. You stupid.
Imagine how my whole life backwards like this. Never clarifying.
Yeah. You brought up Freddy Krueger, and that kind of just made me want to ask our guests, what do you guys think of horror movies? What's your favorite? What would you say is number one up there that scares you personally?
Ooh.
That really scares me?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have any really like that. I mean, I definitely like as a kid, Freddy Krueger was like the big one.
Okay.
But nowadays, nothing.
Nothing scares you?
Like a movie like that really gets me. No.
Yeah.
I know.
Actually, you know what?
You have a favorite.
Yeah, I have a favorite
Okay, what's
that
your
doesn't scare me.
favorite?
It's The Conjuring.
He loves
Okay.
that. He loves those.
That is like my number one. I've seen it legit. I want
What
it.
makes it your favorite if it doesn't scare you?
It's just so good. That is like my background movie.
Oh, nice.
Like anytime I'm doing like a Lego set or something like that, or anytime I have to clean the room up, I throw it on. I watched it at work a bunch of times, even on Graveyard, like late at night. Like it doesn't scare me like that, but
Right.
I just love the movie though. It's really good. I've seen
it's a
it.
good
Yeah,
movie.
it's a good series.
one. Yeah.
If I had to say, I've watched the first one like at least over 50 times.
Okay.
Nerves
Dang.
to steal this guy.
Dedicated.
Fall asleep to it, huh?
I have before.
God, you're so different.
No, yeah. You know what? There's something about scary movies, and I've always been spooky. I've always loved scary movies. But like you were talking about Ghost Hunters, dude, anytime I try to watch anything scary, anything paranormal, they're just ghost hunting, and I just get so sleepy. I feel so peaceful. And I wake up, and I'm like 3 episodes deep. I'm like, damn, what happened? Turn it back on. Dude, there's just something about the ghost. They're just trying to put me to sleep, and I just pass out. It takes me very hard to watch like one episode, like stay up, be in it. I'm like, oh, that was good. That was good.
Right.
But, I don't know.
And the thing is that, well, like my love for horror movies was very later in life. Like she knows this,
Yeah.
Jessica. Like, way younger. Like she would always, her and an uncle of ours, they would always watch it a lot. Or they would say, like, oh, this one's a scary movie. I'm like, no. I'm like, fuck no. What this throwing like, I don't know, Garfield or something. I
He's
don't
like,
know.
no, Barney, please.
No, like, it was crazy. Like, but then I don't know. The one day, I had like that switch. I was like, I kind of like being scared a little bit, and then, kind of just that's like my favorite genre now.
Yeah, I love horror movies.
Kind
for
of seek
sure.
it out. What about you, John?
Hereditary
Oh, yes.
scares me so bad. So,
So
good.
What
good.
scares
So
you about
good.
that movie?
Well, hold
It's
on. Well,
realistic.
I will say the first time we watched it.
Yes. And
The first time, John,
last
what was it?
15 minutes.
You guys
was
watched
on-
it together?
No, the first time. Well, when we watched was it the first time we watched too?
Yeah, well, at the crib.
So we might have been a little crossfaded at the time.
Little CrossFit. Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? But we threw it on. And I will say that, I think at the time, obviously, my senses were a little,
Heightened.
yeah, a little right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was definitely spoilers for Hereditary.
Been
Fast
out
forward
forever.
5 minutes from now if you want to.
It's
use
fine.
this.
But I would say, like, there was actually one part that really got me fucking crazy was, like, obviously at the last, whatever time, and the mom's like in the corner.
That's exactly what I just was talking
All right.
about.
So
100%.
But I'll say real quick, the thing is that, like, I didn't notice her at first, and I was looking at the bed, and Johnny goes, and I was like, what? And I go, and I choked on my hair, and I was like,
For a week after that, going to the bathroom at night, I would check my corners. I
corners?
was like, fuck, that
Really?
shit was
That's
that
wild.
shit was
I think. Yo, go ahead, Jess.
no,
sorry.
go.
I was gonna say what I really thought was creepy about that movie, because that's one of my favorite movies, like in horror, is the noises that you hear throughout the movie telling you that there's people living in their houses. And you didn't even know the whole time. Like they don't even know. Like
Yeah.
they walk in from their grandma's funeral or whatever, and you hear footsteps upstairs. Like there's people up there
Really?
awake, and it's all the cult people.
Yeah.
And that's why when he goes out there and they're all standing in the field or whatever, it scares the fuck out of me.
So scary.
Because all of that is like things that happen, like cults happen,
Oh, yeah.
and they believe in this crazy shit, and they will sacrifice people for it. And I think that's what made the movie so scary to me. funny. And then the scene with the mother, that's not the only scene that she's fucking up in the sky or like up in the roof.
Oh, I mean, the part she's banging on the attic door.
Or when the husband gets set on fire. When he gets on fire, she's in the roof. She's at the corner. She's crawling really quickly. And it's so fucking scary when you don't notice her. And then you notice her.
It's so scary. It's so scary.
All right. So, I watched Hereditary.
Yeah.
Bro, dude, I passed out.
She always falls asleep.
Dude, I was like,
wait, did you go watch Smile with us?
Yeah.
Don't you like that
She
one?
passed out of Smile. Or did you go see Smile?
No, wait, I don't know if I watched it with you.
I was with Bella, but I wasn't sure if you were there or not.
No.
Okay, anyways, but she's known to fall asleep.
Yeah. Well, dude, sometimes scary movies just lull me to sleep. But no, because I watched it at home. And then I woke up and then the credits were rolling and it's just the...
Oh, yeah.
You did
I don't remember this song.
Just like whatever the song is, and the side rolled back, and then this bitch is floating, and I'm like,
but she's not. She's fucking stabbing her neck off with scissors. Like that's disgusting. It's the sound. It's vulgar. It's just so disgusting that.
Yeah, I think I was just like, I like woke back up, and I went back, and I was just like, I watched it and I was like, I didn't have to see
That's the thing. I really feel like a good horror movie, like what makes Hereditary so good for me is it takes the time to set the pieces.
Agree.
It takes the time to set the pieces. And then I think Hereditary does it in such an unconventional way, whereas like normally it's like, okay, a knock here or whatever, right? Some shit like that. And like a movie would be like, you have those like tense scenes and like where it's like, it's nighttime. And then you feel that sense of relief because it's daytime. I feel like Hereditary doesn't let up. Like, because even in the daytime, the mom is having these horrific arguments with like the little sister. Then the argument, the mom being like, it should have been you. Like, it's like watching a car crash the entire movie. It's just this horrific thing. And then when you think it can't get worse, it just crescendos. And it's this 15 minutes of this horrific imagery. And it's really scary.
Body horror. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree with that 100%.
Another one is The Fourth Kind. And that's because I have like an experience with that one outside of the movie, actually. That happened the night that I saw that movie.
You remember the, oh my God, this is so long ago. I don't know if it was the first time you watched it. Or were you there when we watched it at her old apartment?
What movie? What?
The Fourth Kind.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Night.
Do you remember that night?
And I saw it prior to that. And
oh, okay.
I already had the experience.
I don't know why. That movie like really freaked us all out for some reason. And then, I mean, I don't want to bring up any old names like that because I don't know how the relationship is. But there was someone else out there, and like that person was like afraid to go to their car for a little bit. And I was like, yeah, and I was like, yeah, man, like I got a knife on me. And he was like, I'm all right. I think I'll be good.
That's crazy.
No, man, that movie is it's really fucking creepy.
Yeah,
that was scary. Good ones.
So, well, you said when you were a kid, though, you were more scared of movies. So what movie kind of altered? Because for me, like watching it as a kid, the series actually transformed the way I see clowns. Like I was terrified of clowns for a while. Now I'm not, but at the time, now I'm not. But at the time, it was very scary.
Oh, yeah.
For our audio listeners, we are all dressed up here.
Every single one.
All of us.
Almost all of us.
All of us.
After Jose answers his question, we could tell everyone what we're dressed up as.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think because I don't really know. I don't really remember what that shift was. Mm-hmm. I think it honestly wasn't maybe like The Conjuring. I don't know why. It was just it's just a great movie, you know. Like I really like it a lot.
Sheba! Yeah, I love that part.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like the ghost movies kind of. But I was like in the past, like I think when the first Paranormal Activity came out,
okay,
like that one really shook me up.
Yeah,
because like
found footage.
The found footage thing. I was like, oh shit! And then we see it at the bottom, like the like the credits where it goes based on a true story.
Sure,
like, like that, and you're like, shit.
That's what made the Texas Chainsaw
like,
Massacre so scary too.
No, that shit is scary. Hella scary.
But okay, so
what are you, Jess?
So I'm a clown.
A spooky, beautiful clown.
Beautiful clown. We'll take some pictures since we don't have video. What are you, Des?
I'm Rogue from the X-Men.
And you, Johnny?
I'm gonna save mine for the big reveal. Go ahead.
Well, I don't have the full costume on, just for the sake of production. But I am playing as Rengoku from Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And John,
I'm dressed as a very bad friend.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
I'm dressed as a very bad friend who let down.
I didn't notice.
Who let down 3 people in the room, and
and a ghost in there.
And a ghost in there.
Crazy.
And didn't bring a costume.
He said he walked in. Ooh.
Yeah. So
he's
if
like, I was going to haunt these guys. They're not committed. There's one guy in a regular.
Not committed.
I hope not. I really, hopefully I get extra spooked because of this. So yeah, I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know.
Not us, him.
Yeah, him.
You sound like the I would say my favorite like scary like funny movie. Obviously, like the scary movie franchise are hilarious, but a haunted house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that part we know, like I guess who is it? Oh
Cedric
wait, no. The whole movie's hilarious, but no, it's that scene where like she had sex with a ghost, and the next night she goes, "Well, I'm not wearing the underwear." Like
That's the vibe I'm getting for sure. I'll take them off. No, I'm kidding. Guys, be appropriate. Guys, come on.
I think those are motorcycles.
Those are cars. Guys.
Damn, dude.
This guy's jumpy. He's so scared.
I'm very
right
jumpy.
now.
Listeners, it's been an evening, and we've only been here for like 2 hours.
Yeah, please go watch the episode on Brother Let's Talk, because you can see everywhere we get scared. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I'm
pretty,
telling you, though, that first one was like a shift. Like that one.
Dude.
Silence.
But because like, out of all the sounds a dog could make, really like a
yeah,
like, what the
perfect
fuck?
timing and
Yeah.
everything.
And he has not done it since.
Yeah.
Damn dog.
Damn dog. Crazy. Damn ass dog.
Well,
So
we brought
we're
you
here.
guys here for a
Yes.
specific reason.
We're here.
So why don't you go ahead and get us started with some spooky stories you guys have?
I mean, I can run with it if you like.
You can kick it off.
I'll digress back a bit just to open up with one of my favorites. I have quite a few, and like I said, mine are very like, as I tell them, they feel so real to me, right? But they like when I hear myself say them, they sound a little far fetched. But they're things that I experienced, and this is why I want to have an experience as an adult, just to kind of solidify these things because I was younger. So when I watched The Fourth Kind the first time, back in those days, I had a little flip phone. It was like a Virgin mobile phone. And those phones couldn't do like certain symbols, right? Just save that for context later. So I'm downstairs watching it, and me and my sister, we had like a stepbrother at the time. And it was like, not to get like off track, but like our relationship was kind of weird. Me and my sister were real tight. And so we would text in the same room and like not talk around him. And we were texting and stuff like that, right? And watching the movie. And then I texted, I was like, hey, I'm kind of scared. Like, I'm gonna go upstairs. And no, I think she had made me mad or something like that. Whatever. For whatever reason, I go upstairs. And I'm up there, I'm like watching Disney Channel or whatever, and my phone gets a text, and I open it up, and it's a bunch of like weird symbols. Like some of them are Greek, like obviously as I get older now I recognize them. Like some of them are Greek, some of them are like random triangles, and then some of them are just like my phone couldn't make those, like almost like hieroglyphs to look like. And I was like, what the fuck? And so I go downstairs and I'm freaked out right away. I was like, because I know my phone very, very well. Like I could text without looking. I knew all the symbols it could make, everything. And I knew it couldn't make those symbols. So I go downstairs and I tell my sister, I was like, hey, Brina, like, what is this? And she's like, looks at it, and then she gets wide-eyed. And like, you know, I'm talking to Jose here. When your older sister has a look in their eyes that like they're scared, it instantly like you get a little scared.
Yeah,
Like, she had that look in her eyes, and she like turns her phone. And back in those days, the phone had a little outbox folder. And she's like, look, and she texts, and on her end it says, dude, come back downstairs. And when I got the text, it was all these symbols.
That's so scary.
She sees the fear in my eyes. And, you know, I love my sister. You know what I'm saying? And so she was like, dude, let's go upstairs. So we go upstairs, right? The night progresses. We're in there. I'm trying to fall asleep. I just can't fall asleep because I was freaked out. And so put a pin in that. This house was very creaky. And there was like, I knew there was 12 stairs because I walked up and down them, you know what I'm saying? And on the sixth stair, on the fourth step, the sixth and fourth, it had a specific creak that you could hear. One high pitched, one low pitched. And then in the middle of the hallway, there was another deep creak, a very deep creak. So 3 specific creaks. Her room is at the end of the hallway. So to get to her room, you hear all 3 creaks as you go up the stairs. So we're there. The whole house falls asleep. There's 5 occupants total, counting me and my sister. Everyone's asleep. And we're watching Disney XD. And then you hear the stair creak, the first one, and then the second one, and then the hallway. And we're like, oh, it must be Chaz. His name was Chaz, the stepbrother. And it must be Chaz. But then you don't hear his door close. Because the house is very noisy. So you hear all the doors close, you know what I'm saying? And we don't hear his doors close. We're like, what the fuck? And then it happens again. And then again. And it's going on all throughout the night. And then this was the part that like gives me chills now. So at one point we open the door and we stand at the end of the hallway and we're looking at the stairs and you hear the very specific creak. And then the next one. And we're like, what the fuck? And then we're staring at the hallway. Like, I'm telling you, when it feels like you're staring at something that's not there, like an invisible force, that's how it felt. And then you hear the hallway when, like right there. And we went back in the fucking room, closed the door, and we sat with our backs to the door all night until the sun came up. And
Oh
we
my
didn't sleep.
God. That's crazy.
So that's why that night, I think when you guys put it on, I think I didn't watch it, or I was like very much on my phone, like not trying to watch it, or maybe I was like making jokes, but I was like, that movie,
Yeah, guys.
I don't do that movie like that just because of that experience. And my sister recalls it very well as well. And I have another one that me and my sister kind of experienced together too, but I'll tell that after yours.
Well, by any chance we did. Is that the one you have on video? You remember?
Oh my God, I forgot about that one too. Damn, me and my sister have energy. I feel like I do have. I have to dig it up. I caught an EVP on my Snapchat
God.
one time. Me and my sister, and in the video she says, "quote." Because my sister has always been very in tune, and so she always felt like she can control ghosts and stuff. And so she was like, "Dude, I'm gonna make the ghost come get you." And at that very point, we'll throw it in right here after I say it. At that very point, you hear like a very like sharp whisper in my mic. It's like, "Get the bag" or something like that. Like it sounds weird like that. You can't make the words out.
Yeah,
but it's
that's
a whisper.
creepy.
Yeah, and I have it. I still have it. I'll dig it up and we'll throw it in.
Yeah,
right here.
that'd be awesome to hear and see.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, my story. I mean, I this is one that really like, scared me per se, but I don't know if it was like just timing. You know what I mean? Like, or kind of like how you were talking about like the roof story right now.
Yeah.
So it made me remember this story. So we used to live in like, well, I mean, used to live there in the trailer houses, and so we had two that were right next to each other, neighboring trailers. Not this time, but there was one day when I was home, and it was just me by myself, and I was in mom's bed. Just laying there literally on my phone. I don't know why. I have my own room, but I was just in her bed for whatever reason.
Mom beds are comfortable.
Yeah, his different. And I was literally just on my phone. I had nothing, no TV on. I was just on my phone doing literally nothing. And as you guys know, I mean, I don't know if you've ever lived in a trailer home, but those roofs are not that sturdy. You know what I mean? Like you could probably fall through it, if you jump really hard, if anything, or whatever. But out of nowhere, you hear like, we're talking like the loudest bang. Very, very loud. Like it was genuinely like it made me jump. My heart was fucking racing. It was so scary. And I was like, what the fuck? Like it sounded like someone jumped on the roof. But at the with how loud it was, I'm thinking, dude, like there's gotta be like a dent or something like that. And this is daytime too. And I was so fucking scared actually, like because this is the way you kind of like peek over the roof. And I was like I was like kind of like popping my head up. I was like, what the fuck? But I actually like decided to just go look. No, like there was no dent or anything like that, nothing, and it was so fucking creepy. So I told my mom about it, and of course, it's like that. Maybe it wasn't that loud, but
I know what I saw.
like if you guys were there, you genuinely be like, that was really fucking loud. So anyway, so kind of just remember that part. Fast forward like a year or two, and that's when we had purchased the one next door. It was put up for auction for whatever reason. We got it, and so at this point, I'm living it by myself. And it's snowing around this time. And then I'm in my room late at night, and I was on my phone once again, just doing whatever. And then I kept hearing like on my roof, like doo, 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 like a bunch of pitter patters. And I was like, dude, like what is that? And then like it was like actually kind of scaring me a little bit because I don't know what it was. And then when I was laying in bed, this should give me chills right now. When I was laying in bed, I was thinking like, damn, like I was thinking to myself, remember that one time, when that roof really loud, couldn't know what it was? I shit you not. Like a minute later, all you hear is like you hear the loudest boom on my roof. It scared the shit out of me because I was like, what the fuck? I was like, there's no way. And luckily my brothers are still awake next door and their window can see. And I just called them and I was like, hey, tell me, do you see anything on my roof right now? And he goes, No, I don't see anything. He was scared the shit out of me. I was like, dude. I was like, stop. And he looks to the right. He goes, oh shit. And he goes, a branch from the tree that goes over the house fell off onto the house.
Oh my God.
So I knew you tell me that one, yeah.
So that's what but I thought it was like such crazy timing.
Yeah.
And then I found out what the the noises were because the tree coming over, it was like small pieces of snow falling to the roof.
Yes.
So that's why. So that's why, it's not really paranormal per se, but that one was like
Felt like it.
Yeah.
it was just like the timing was so because I never thought about that story for like such a long time. Sorry, like for like that long, and then just thinking about it, that was so crazy. And to hear that bang like that loud again, the timing was just too uncanny. I was like, oh my
That's
god,
crazy.
Like
But
that
a
one
little
really
relief
got me.
though when you realize
I was like, holy shit! But I was like, bro, that was so crazy though. Yeah. But he was like, oh, the branch fell, and I was like, oh shit! And I left that shit up there.
Damn, that's crazy.
Never took it down.
Oh my god.
That one really got me though. Ooh.
Damn. Okay,
Real spooky.
I got another one here. So I was a very like scared child, very afraid of the dark. And so I would see my mom a lot in her bed, right? And so there was one morning, we lived in these apartments, Dakota Crest apartments on Kerman Avenue, Rubber No Shit, 775. So I go climb into her bed at night, you know, fall asleep or whatever. And wake up in the morning. And I remember like, it was like bright, you know, like morning. And my mom was sitting still, facing away from me. And I was kind of like behind her, like almost like Little Spoon, you know, like Big Spoon. I was kind of like this behind her. And I open my eyes and I feel my head lift. I feel a finger brush across my head and pick it up and put it down like that, right? And I could feel a long fingernail. That's a specific detail I remember. And then I was like, oh, it's my mom. And then I open my eyes and I'm like, no. I'm like, she's facing away. And I literally pick my head up. I look over her shoulder. Her arms are hanging off the bed like that. Nowhere near me. She didn't move.
And no one was behind you?
No one was behind me. So, and no one was behind me. The bed was empty. But my head was hanging in between that gap between the mattress and the headboard.
Oh my God, dude, that.
And it picked my head up and put it down, right? Fast forward years later. I'm in the house, the fourth kind house, the house that I had that experience in.
Yeah.
So that night happens. A week later, me and my sister recapping it. And this is like a 2-piece combo. I was like, okay, I'm fucked up now. So we're talking about how crazy that was. And then she was like, yeah, dude. She was like, she's like, and you know what else happened in the Dakota Crest apartment? And I was like, what? Instantly, she was already fucking knew. She was like, well, remember how, and her mattress was on the floor.
Oh my God.
She was like, one morning, she was like, I felt like a long fingernail brushed my head. Oh. And I was like, okay. And I didn't even say this right now. Right. And I'm like, did you picture it being like a green finger? She was like, yeah. And I was like, she had the exact same experience. It picked her head up and put it back down. You could feel it through the pillow. You can, like, it was like, you could almost like you could feel every detail on the finger. You could feel like every single like divot, crevice, single crevice. The long fingernail was the last thing to brush your head, and it was so gentle. It picked it up and put it back down. So
dude, that's a strong finger.
One finger, and she had the exact same experience.
That's chills. Like you gave me a little bit.
You telling that story reminded me of one that Junior experienced, but I don't know if you remember it.
Is it with the hand or something like that coming off the bed? Yeah, I remember it. It was like, I found out what it was. I did debunk it.
Dude, put a stamp, debunk.
No, I mean, well, I'm pretty sure I did, but it was I don't remember exactly what I was doing in my room.
It was late at night.
I forgot what it was, and then I mean, it's creepy in context, like when you think about it, like what it could have been. But I think it might have been, it's like a sock. But pretty much, it was in bed, or it's in my room. Had the lights on late at night, and then I could have swore like corner of my eye, like a hand like slip off the bed.
Oh. Like because it's bunk bed, so it was from the top bed.
Like it went like this.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if you remember it or not, but so one morning I wake up and like I look on the floor and Junior's sleeping on my floor, and I was pissed that he was in my room and sleeping on the floor. Hey. And he like took his pillow and his blanket. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, there was an arm and it swung down last night. Like, and he said that it like went from the top and like swiped at him. Like,
oh, you were on the bottom.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I thought you were on the top.
Oh yeah.
No,
I pictured the top as well.
I did sleep on the bottom bunk, but
do you remember that?
That might be like a different story then.
Okay, yeah.
That's scary.
Multiple hands in your bed.
Yeah, that's actually scary.
Freaky little bed.
Yeah, bed.
No, there's actually one time, I don't know if you remember this. I did scare Jessica one day with something, just a little prank, because I'm just a funny guy.
Okay. Runs in the family.
We had like I want to say like a fucking like a 5 foot like a 3 foot like Barbie doll or like a toy doll. I think that so she had gone to sleep, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be so fucking funny. I propped it up against her door. So pretty much when she opens the door, the chick was falling down. Yeah. Now here's the thing: I didn't hear the reaction, but she had said that it scared the fuck out of her. Like in the morning, I think she was just. I don't know how it went. I don't know how it was, but she had talked about how scared, and I was like, got her.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. It's so terrifying.
You just blocked it out of your mind.
Yeah. She said it was scary. What can I say?
Damn.
No, yeah. Well, that's what I was. I didn't finish telling you guys when we were walking up and setting up that what scared the shit out of me today was like at work. There's like this little in the break room. There's a little spider. It's so cute. It has big eyes and little eyelashes. and it's just hanging there. When I opened the door and I was getting a drink of whatever. And then, like, I put it down, and when the door started to close, for some reason, the spider got, like, hooked on the door. So when it closed, it went, doom, and I got so scared. I was like, fuck. And I was like, oh, God.
It fell on you?
Well, no, because it's like on a little elasticy string. So it just, like, hopped, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, my God. I was like, got me good.
Classic.
Is a fake spider?
It's a prop spider.
It's a fake spider.
Oh,
you thought she could see the eyelashes
no,
of a
I honestly
little
thought
spider.
that it was like a big eye spider or something like that.
I'm like, cute.
No,
That's Arachnus big eyes. Yeah.
Right.
well, because here's something about Jessica. I mean, I'm sorry because I talked about it, but she's deadly afraid of fucking
Yeah.
spiders.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
is, yeah.
It is crazy,
Oh, so
bro.
you're
Like,
hearing it and you're like, this is not adding up right now.
bro.
You're like, no way,
Well,
she's not
I was
brave.
like, interesting.
He's like,
No.
actually, Jessica's
Bro.
hell.
Bro, no, because like, dude,
she's lying.
Like, dude, I'll be in my bed, but she screamed bloody murder, dude.
You know what? I've gotten a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
But the other day, my sister was over. And
It's all of them,
showing
really.
I'm showing her this like thing that I was maybe gonna get rid of. I go to pick it up. I was like, it's supposed to go like this, and it was upside down. So honestly, I don't even know how. Maybe the spider moved when I picked it up. But I go to turn it, and then right when it hits my eye level, there's a daddy's dog.
Daddy's
dog.
Ew.
Get your mind out of the
A
gutter.
daddy dog.
No way.
She's just stuck on it now.
If you hit a 3P right now, you better
Three's
walk.
comedy.
Threes-
The
you
rule
better-
of threes.
A daddy long leg.
Nice.
That was like this big,
Oh damn.
like with
Damn.
its like legs spread out. And as soon as I lifted up, I saw it and I went, and I just fucking dropped it. And then our sister's like, oh my God, what's wrong? And she's like, there's a spider. Then we couldn't find it.
Oh, that's even worse.
Ghost spider.
And then I went home after work the other day. I'm just laying there. And like, I swear I just picked up its energy because like, I like turn. And like,
He
I'm
was
on the
staring
couch.
at you.
And then just crawling behind me, like right here. And I hopped up and I was like, all right. And I got myself.
This is your couch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Say goodnight, Daddy Dong. freaky ass spider, legs spread out. Legs spread out. It's his fucking his ankles to his ears. He's about this big with his legs spread. He's like freaky ass spider.
But yeah, I try not to kill them, but sometimes they catch me off guard. You gotta get them.
You got hey.
Shocking. It's truly shocking.
You know, I actually, well, in my house, I get my the home exterminator, aka Kirby, aka Podcat.
Podcast.
The moment I see a bug, I'm like, Kirby, and I grab him, and he locks onto it, and he'll just eat the bug.
Dude,
or
I
just-
feel like it would have killed my animals. It was so big.
well, I mean, you'd be surprised. I actually looked it up that cats can actually eat bugs like that.
Oh.
Like it's like common for them to be like in their diet. So like when
That's
I saw him,
cool.
when I watched them eat it, I was like, oh no, but I was like, maybe they like it. And
It just grosses me out because he gives me kisses because my cat will eat moths sometimes. And my dog too.
But I was gonna say, like,
Simba
my
has
dogs will
a-
kill
yeah.
kill them. I don't know if they really want to eat them though, but they will go kill them if they see
Wow.
them running around.
Damn.
So yeah, exterminator pets.
Podcat.
I just thought about the scariest time of my life. Not ghost related, but one time when there was a drive-by and bullets went through the house.
Oh my
And
god,
it was
Yeah, way.
just me and
you guys
my
were
brother.
inside the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wait, is this new to the podcast?
yeah.
Yeah, I first time heard of it in general.
At this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
we
In
got both
general.
parties.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone.
All right. So I'll tell it from my side. You tell it from yours.
Okay.
We're just like in the kitchen. Were we making food?
Well, so I mean, I can kind of go a little before that
Yeah,
slightly.
yeah, go
So
ahead.
I was in my room playing Call of Duty on the Xbox, and then I don't know. I guess Jess wanted some company for some reason.
Yeah.
For whatever.
It's crazy because like I usually wouldn't go get him. Not that we don't hang out, but like,
Yeah.
I
You know.
remember your room was like a club.
Yeah,
back in
yeah,
those
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Like getting in, you're like, damn, like
VIP.
big ass TV. I remember
Oh,
that shit. I
yeah.
was like, yo.
Yeah, it was nice. And
And
then,
this is like post Christmas or my birthday because I just got into like brand new flat screen TV and
yeah,
it was in my room.
nice. So yeah, so I mean, I was playing Call of Duty, and then Jessica had just walked in, like I don't know where she was like, hey, she's like, come to the kitchen with me, and I was like, for what? And she's like, just come hang out with me, and I was like, why? And I was just
That's so weird.
and I was like, bro, I'm playing a game, and I was like, oh, you know, I was like, And I actually let out like a fine, whatever. I was like, you know, let me finish this game, be out there, finish the game, and then we're just in the kitchen, you know, making some dino nuggets.
Yeah, we were. I was there. We made some dino nuggies
in the toaster oven, and then we were just kind of just sitting there. And we were just talking about whatever. I don't know, like they're just talking, and then that's when you start hearing like the.
That's crazy.
And then we're just like, the fuck was that? And then once you hear the glass break, Jess yells, "Get down!"
Yeah. And we just like, threw ourselves down on the ground. And,
and then,
good reaction.
Well, the first thing I said was, "Turn off the lights."
So you turn the lights on and you turn them off.
Dude, we know we're onto something. We know what we're doing.
There's something with lights.
Well, I was like, turn them off, and just goes like, shh.
And I did.
She turned them off, and then well, we were. I mean, obviously we stayed down for a little bit, and then once it got a little quiet, that's when old stepdad, you know, fucking came in there. Obviously had to check. 'Cause he was outside working on a car at the
he was
time.
in the garage. Yeah.
Oh,
He was a mechanic, so he would always work on cars. And I don't know how they got. Did he kind of tell the cops like what he saw?
I
Or
don't know.
did
So, someone definitely
They caught
called. It was our street. Like whoever was like shooting was like shooting at someone running. So they like
got every.
yeah.
so
they,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
a few houses.
it wasn't meant for us. We just happened to be in the background.
Yeah.
Right.
And like it fucking went through my TV, dude.
That's
Yeah, so,
fucking,
well,
that's
they
fucking
went.
terrifying.
They went through the bathroom. Like if someone was sitting in the bathroom, it would have gone through their head.
Well, so-
Yeah,
and-
that's
Yeah.
fucking scary.
Yeah, that's something that like I think of, which is crazy because one ended up in my underwear drawer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
So,
so
like-
who knows? I could have very easily been like,
And it's like, I think what always gets me is that the fact that I like had the feeling to go grab him from the room
Yeah.
and bring him out. Like,
there's something.
yeah, just like,
Big sister energy. Big
crazy.
sister
You
energy.
know what I do.
Yes. Gotta look out for the
I mean,
little
she was
siblings.
pretty conservative with that TV. I would say that much.
hey, I was really upset.
Well, I mean,
'cause
I would
just-
say
after,
whatever
you
they
know-
had, they had some firepower because those things were strong.
Yeah,
Went through.
because it went through like a few walls, like
And then-
tune.
Because that
Her
house has some
TV
pretty
was-
thick walls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember
and
that.
like her TV was legit. Like it wasn't like a small. It was like the back of the TV was blown out.
Yeah.
They had some strong shit on them. So
Have you guys seen that video? That guy, it went viral. He was like playing video games by his window,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he had a bullet went to his headset and saved his life.
I didn't see the video, but I saw the article.
He said it fell. He got
It was
punched
Astros
in the head.
that saved his life.
Astros.
Yeah.
I was thinking
Which
something
means-
else. I saw one where it was kind of same scenario, but it hit the monitor in front of him or something like that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, this one hit his
dang.
fucking headset
That's
right
crazy.
on top.
Dude, see if something like that happened to be, I would be like, wow, dude, I'm meant for something else.
I gotta
like,
live life
like-
to the fullest.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally.
you know, I'm like, I could have just been dead, and this stopped me.
That's
So I don't
really
know if that would
nuts.
make me want to like game a bunch more, or
Yeah,
like,
Yeah, it's my
like-
calling.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
I'd
you
die
know?
for this.
Yeah, well, I've
Double
had
down
a
on
house
Fortnite.
be shot up before too, but I wasn't there. That's the
Yeah,
difference. That's
okay,
why that's
okay.
so fucking scary because
Yeah.
it was meant for us, but we weren't there. But we weren't there, so
She
that's
said,
different.
"Fuck the ops."
Nah, for real.
but
That's
you know,
crazy.
it's
Opposition
alright.
I mean, look,
Mama moves.
another note I do want to say though that there was a cop there.
Yeah, I was
Fucking
gonna say,
asshole.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
like
yeah.
so rude. So we used to live off of Butler Street, and that's kind of like in a quote unquote ghetto area. There's a lot of like fake gang member stuff, you know, people tagging whatever.
You're still there.
And it's like
Couple real ones.
I'm like, they're not real.
They're real. We believe you guys.
I mean, yeah. We in case they
I
catch
didn't
the
say
pod.
anything.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just kidding.
Hey fool!
We're not affiliated.
And,
I caught the new episode of.
Speaking to the business.
What pod do you represent?
actually, hey boys.
Shit.
And like, so at this time, I'm probably in middle school.
I was
juniors-
I was in middle school.
You were in middle school?
I was like in
Okay,
seventh grade, probably.
Yeah, okay, so he just started. I was like mid high school. So but Junior's always been a tall kid. Tall, big kid. The cops come, they're questioning us, what happened? Then this cop is like, where are you from? And
Well, I
this is,
mean-
all right, let me tell you one thing about my little brother.
I'm a
He is
bitch.
the most little innocent, let me tell you how innocent this man used to be. He loves Wiz Khalifa. I got us Wiz Khalifa tickets.
Oh, yeah.
We are sitting, this is like,
Standing.
yeah. So we're in the middle of this concert. Wiz Khalifa. You know what Wiz Khalifa does? He smokes trees, right? We're sitting.
Well, Wiz Khalifa wasn't even there
standing.
yet.
Okay.
We just
We're
walked in.
standing right
the shit
there.
didn't even start.
It's we wait in this long line. We get in there. We're standing there. We're just chilling.
We had some pretty good spots.
Yeah, we were like right in the front. It was gonna be a good night. This dude next to us on the right side of me, he busts out his little tin, is opening it, and then pulls out this blunt. Goes to light it, and Junior looks at me. He's pale, loses all the color.
No.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
No. All right, go.
Well, I'm about to say no. I know exactly what happened.
Oh.
No. I did get scared. No, I'm a bitch. I'll say that. Anyways, no.
Okay.
So some guy. Maybe it was someone else that you saw.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe it was different. We spoke. The one that got me was there was a guy that walked in with a joint in his ear. And he had there like a little pencil, and I remember I whispered, I was like, Jess, I was like, that guy's a joint, and then she goes, I know,
Because you were fucking with him, right?
and then at that point, and then so exact same thing where he goes, and I was like, oh shit, and I was like, he's gonna, and that's when you can pick it up from there. She sees me.
Yeah. So then he's okay. The first guy, he was like kind of like spooked, right? Then this guy opens up, he's lighting it up. He turns pale.
As a ghost.
His eyes water. Aww. His eyes are red. And he's like...
He got contact?
Well, actually. So then this guy lights up and he's... We gotta go, Jess. I can't be here. We gotta go.
I was like, can I just go sit over there in the seat? She goes, hey,
like, no.
She's like, no.
Yeah, and he started to cry. He's like, Jess, please. He's like, fine, call mom to pick me up. I was like, no, I'm not gonna call mom to pick you up.
Aww.
And I was like, fine, go sit over there. I said, but you better be in the middle and don't move so I could see you the whole time. He went up there, was there the whole time. Then used the excuse that he got contact high so he could miss school the next day.
No. I did go to school. I did go to school, but I left early. I was like, yeah, man, I got a headache or something, bro.
Sure.
What can I say?
Hey, bro.
What can I say? But the thing is that concert got ruined, though.
He said
Why?
he got contact high.
Why'd it get ruined?
Well, I was like, here's the thing. I didn't even know what that. Listen, weed terms were like, I didn't know what the fuck they even meant, honestly. Anyways, but though the reason why the concert got kind of fucked up for me, for one, they had an opener. I don't know who the hell the guy was. They had another opener, and then they had Common, the rapper artist. Common was there for like an hour and a half.
Honestly,
really?
It felt.
It was the main show.
It felt like you were in hell, dude. Like,
No, here's the thing. I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and he actually did. He pulled one of those where it was like, all right, that was my night.
And then came back.
Yeah, I thought it was over.
Oh my God. You woke up just to hear him say
I was like, oh shit. And I was like, dude. And so I actually fell asleep while he was performing. I was like, dude,
it was really rough. It
was tough.
Was Khalifa cool though?
Well, so once he came on, right? So it was during the Rolling Papers tour,
yeah.
which is my favorite
What
album.
a time to be alive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great album. So my favorite song off the album is On My Level. Great. And then so as the song's playing, I was like, oh, it's my song. So in front of me, I want to say maybe like one or two rows down, but I see kind of saying, I wasn't the only one sitting there. There was like 4 teenage kids, probably 18, 19, I would say. And then off to the side, I didn't even realize what was going on. There was a grown man and a woman. I don't know what's going on. So the song's playing. I was like, yeah. And then I see a white woman go flying towards the teenager. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I guess I hear him say, get off of me or something like that. And I was like, oh shit. And then I'm locked into this. I'm like, what is going on right now? And then this scrawny ass kid, the fuck, man?
Yeah.
he actually he went to approach him. This guy was fucking huge. And he even tried to push him. Didn't even phase the big guy. And I was like, what the? So as this is going on, at this point, security shows up and my song is playing. And then they even came through with a flashlight trying to look for her shit. And I was like, damn. And the song was over. And I was like, well,
the whole night.
Should have stayed in the crowd with me.
That's
I
awesome.
was throwing it back.
Could have been.
You got traumatized, bro.
Do you remember feeling scared with the whole cannabis
absolutely.
thing? Yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
I still feel
so
it.
that's my innocent brother, and that was him for a good chunk of his youth.
Not
and,
anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. So real quick, just to digress back to the story.
Why.
Yeah.
So
that's why I looped it back in.
So I mean, obviously, so for those who kind of lost track, going back to the shooting story. So once that happened, obviously traumatic experience. I was sitting there, just kind of bobbing my leg. I was just bobbing my leg up and down. And I do this shit regardless. I'm kind of like the fidgety guy. I'm just sitting there on the couch, like bobbing my leg. I'm just quiet, just staring at looking at the floor. Just kind of
Minding your business.
I'm just there.
Yeah.
And then from what I heard, I think Jessica told me that the cop was like, "Why does your brother look so nervous?" Or something like that.
You shot up the house,
or something like that, right? But and then I think it was, and then I think maybe he's nervous or something like that, or he's just scared.
Yeah.
And then I remember, so he walked over to me, And then he has said he does the thing where he like leans down. He's like, "Hey man," he's like, "How you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just kind of whatever." And so, like I said, so to talk about the innocence, he kind of starts referencing like a gang known as TJ. I didn't know what the hell that was. I was like, he goes, "You know anyone from TJ?" And I was like, I thought he was asking me, "You know anyone named TJ?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I don't know anyone named TJ." And he goes, And he goes, all right. He's like, "You never hang out with anyone?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know anyone named TJ." And he was like, he does it. He's like, "Hey, the less you tell us, the longer it takes us to figure it out." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "What the fuck you want me to do about that?" And I was like, "Dude, yeah." So like, he straight up like legit thought I was a gang member or something like that.
Yeah, he was
profiling.
Yeah. So at that time, I think was that my pro club era kind of around there, like middle school.
You weren't even in your pro club area yet,
No,
right?
you were not.
No.
I was more just. I would say I did have a pair of jeans on.
Definitely profiling.
Had a little slit right there. You know what I mean? A little some ripped jeans, but yeah, no. But that cop like was legit like, "Hey, gang member, like what happened?"
Man, I really dislike police
That's
officers.
lame as fuck.
So so
Yeah.
that was a crazy story.
Fuck
Don't
12.
get me started on ACAB.
That's what I'm saying, man. Fuck. I wasn't sure. Yeah, fuck 12. For
Yeah,
real,
we're
but-
definitely on that vibe.
Yeah.
Well, I am for sure, definitely.
Anyways, ghost stories.
Yes.
Ghost
Oh
stories.
yeah. I mean, if we're going back that way, I got another one.
I did want to say I didn't get to share this one on your
yeah.
guys'
Get
podcast, but I
Go for
was
it.
triggered to think about it because we're talking about doors opening and stuff. And I remember that my mom had this family friend who had daughters as well, so she would take me to go hang out with them. And they were older than me, so they also didn't like hanging out with me. So, but
I can see. I get it.
the house was like, I think it was 2 stories or 3 stories. I think it was 2 stories. And it was like older. And this was in California. And the lore that I got from it was that like it used to be a hospice home. So they would let people die there.
Oh, shit.
Right? And that means there's probably a lot of ghosties
yeah.
there, is what I was being told. And so I was like, okay. And they had this big bay window upstairs. So I was like, cool. I loved hanging out up there. And then one day the daughter that I wanted to hang out with that didn't want to hang out with me was like running from me pretty much and like going downstairs or whatever. So I was like, I'll just hang out upstairs. And she was like, come down. And I was like, I'm going to hide from her. So when she comes up here, I can scare her.
Okay.
So I hide under the bed and the doors are closed and the door opens. And I'm like, oh, she's coming.
Yeah. Here we go.
And nobody comes in. And I'm waiting. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait it out. And maybe she'll step in here at some point. And she never did. And so then I hear her yelling from downstairs again, like, come down. And I'm like, who the fuck is up here with me? So that wasn't the only instance though that I had like experience with that house, because there was other times where I'd be upstairs in those bedrooms because all of them were connected by some door in like a loop basically, so you could open doors to each room, and they're all always usually closed. The mom was never there. It was just like me and the daughter all the time, and I'm in one of the rooms and both doors just swing open.
Oh shit.
And I was like, and I would just freeze. It's like how you were talking about, like the freeze, like because you feel it. You could just feel like, ugh, it's so fucking creepy. And then that was it. And then I did give her my hamster because I was like moving, and like the next week she told me it jumped out of its cage and died.
What the fuck?
Okay, I mean, it is common for hamsters to die in the most dramatic way.
He climbed to the top and just jumped.
R.I.P. Chubs.
Dude,
So
possessed?
that's what I was like, what if he saw something and he was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
he
be around here anymore.
He said,
I
I'd
don't know.
rather die than do this.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. But go ahead.
That's
Let's
wild.
hear another scary story from you guys.
Did I go first or did you go first?
It's Johnny's turn if you guys are doing turn by turn.
Yeah, you can go
All
ahead.
right. So I'll
Go
I mean,
ahead,
you
buddy.
didn't tell us a real scary story. You just told us.
Well, so here's the thing. So like me and my I believe in it, but like my experiences are like not like that
his one is
paranormal.
with me.
Now there's generally there is one that's why I'm saving that one for last. But I mean, I could talk about one that genuinely did really fucking spook me out one day or one night, I guess. So I was sleeping, as one does.
I've not heard of this.
And so pretty much when I'm talking here, sorry. So I was sleeping, and then I remember something just woke me up, and lights are off, and then looking around, I notice at the foot of my bed I see like a black figure at the edge of my bed. So I saw that, and then I was like, what the fuck? And then I remember like it genuinely like, it scared me. So I got out of bed and I was walking like I was just so scared. And then I was walking around the house and then I could tell. Oh God. This is back in the trailer house. So obviously like a long hallway. Turn around. It's following me. It's following me. And then and at that point I started speeding up a little bit. I noticed that I'm moving in like this slow motion like pace. It's really weird. Like I'm moving slow. My living room is like all like tossed up. For some reason, like the couch was like moved over somewhere, and it was like everything was out of place. And then I was like, "What the fuck is going on right now?" I go to my mom's door. Oh, I try to open it. It's locked. She never locked the damn door. I mean, like obviously there's sometimes. And so it was, and I was like wiggling, like opening, like trying to bang on the door. I could see like, bro, this thing's getting a little closer to me. And so then, and so at this point, like, dude, I'm gonna break this fucking door down. So I remember. I got into this position. And obviously, I can't really describe it like this, but I got into like a bracing position. Like I'm about to bash it open, and then I went like this to try to do this, and then I wake up
Oh shit!
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's crazy.
in this position. Like I was just kind of sleeping like this, but pretty much I was like, shh, and then woke up like that. But it was like so surreal because for some reason, like I saw myself in 3D, like wake up. It was so weird. Like it was like a movie. Like imagine like just panning to me, and I woke up like that. And then once that happened, it was like 3 a.m. or like 3, 4. I was like, nope. And I turned my lights on and just try to stay awake as much as I could.
What if you were the figure?
Whoa.
Interesting. I was
You
gonna
know?
say, what if you were
deep thoughts?
astral traveling?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
like because he wasn't aware that he was outside.
Yeah, but
Oh shit!
That maybe he was seeing himself outside, and that's what
Okay.
was freaking him out.
oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I've never done anything like that before.
Shit, yeah. Fuck.
But I mean, no, it was genuinely like it was really like scary.
Sounds terrifying.
Yeah,
And
that's
like,
because I thought it was awake the whole
Because he
time.
got
Yeah.
so scared, he just popped back into his body. Really
Yeah.
quick.
It was so weird. Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
like spooky story. But once again, like I don't really know if you. I mean, that one like really scared me.
That's
Like,
pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
that's scary.
that was a
That
that was a
scared
big
the shit out of
one.
me.
Damn.
John.
So like I have 2 more to tell, but I'll let you tell yours, whatever. So let me set the scene real quick. Yeah, okay. So the story kind of takes place between 2 houses on the same neighborhood, my grandma's house and then the neighboring house, which is this, we call it the green and white house. And they're very, very close. So for context, growing up in my grandma's house, we believe there was ghosts there. And there was one that would always impersonate my sister. And we nicknamed her Littles because that's how much we would see the ghost so much and we would hear her. My sister would have these like signature sort of catchphrases growing up. And sometimes when she wasn't in the house, you would hear them from like this back room.
So it's like a mimic.
A mimic.
That's scary.
So I'm getting chills already. This shit fucking freaks me out so bad. I was in middle school, 7th grade. And I guess just for like a silly moment, I was like getting really into like boobies or whatever, right? I was going through my teenage phase. And at 1 a.m. on Spike TV, they would play this show called Mansers.
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Yeah. Don't bang the table. Hell yeah, you know? So I would stay up late and I would sleep in the living room. And my other story ties into that. But for whatever. I would sleep in the living room. And the way it laid out was essentially the couch was against the wall and it faced outwards towards like the rest of the room. And it would like tie into the kitchen essentially, if that makes any type of sense. So I'm laying there and my head is facing to the right to watch the TV. And my sister had this very specific shirt she would wear to bed every night. It was this like bright teal shirt and it had a duck playing poker on it. And she wore it like every night to bed. And so it was like 1 a.m. I'm staying up watching Mansers and the show started and I was like, oh yeah, my boy. And I looked to the right and then I see my sister walking through the kitchen, but like very still, like no movement, like there's no bounce in her step. And it happened, like, I saw it for so long. At first, I was, like, watching TV, and then I was like, oh, I should change the channel. And so I, like, reached for the remote to change the channel. And then I realized, I'm like, why is my sister, like, walking towards the wall right now? And why is she not saying anything to me? And I sat up, and I was like, Brina. And all of a sudden, where I saw the figure, just purple fuzz, and then it was just gone. And then I was like,
Purple.
it was hard to describe. It was almost like the image like
static
burned.
out.
It staticked out, but it was the color purple.
Yeah.
And it was almost like it burned in my retina. And I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa.
And the creepiest part was the way it disappeared because it just literally hit the wall where the wall was at and the purple fuzz was there and then it was gone. And so I felt myself turn white, sat up. I went to my sister's room, opened the door, and I was like, and I saw her in bed and I was like, okay, yep. And then I was like, she saw me. She didn't have to say it. She was like, "You saw something," and I was like, "Yep." And then so I just slept in the room that night. But that was my experience seeing a full body apparition. FBA.
That's scary.
Yeah. And I got one more story to tell in that house, but I'll tell it after your story.
We're gonna hop in the last one.
Oh, you want to say it for last?
No. I was in my hop in my last one.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The year is. When was that? That was these stories scare me.
Yeah.
When was it? So I was in middle school, and had this guy over, John, not some random guy. Hey,
Freak.
so he was over, and then it was around like 2 a.m. or something like that, and then for some reason we just had the idea to do a little ghost hunting. We don't know why. We just kind of got the notion. We were just like, fuck it, let's go for it. Now, they say that, like the 3 a.m., whatever, 3, whatever.
The witching hour.
That's like,
now.
that's like the, man, it's 12.
Bet.
He's getting excited.
Yeah.
So we decided to just go for it. And I was like, man, if we just stay up for like another like hour or something, we could do it. I'm like, fuck it, whatever. So obviously at the time we don't have any equipment like this. We just have I think it was my phone, like your iPod or something. Oh, no.
iPods. It was your iPod, and then it was Jess's old iPod.
So something like that. So we had these, old electronic devices that could not see in nighttime or anything like that. But we just like, fuck it, let's just go set them up. Now at this time we lived in like a pretty good house that we're,
Yeah, it's a really nice
yeah,
house.
we're really nice house. God, I miss that house. Anyways, but let's just say it like this: it had 2 living room kind of spaces. So I was like, okay. I was like, I'll put my little recorder in like the main living room, and you put yours like over here, and
They faced each other.
Yeah, so they're kind of like you can kind of see each other, but it's like a pretty far distance apart though. Like you could easily like hear different like recordings or whatever. And so we just put them out there for like maybe like 30, 45 minutes, and that's all we did. And then we were just in the room just playing on the Xbox, and then and that was it. We're like, oh, let's go grab them. So we go to get them. And at this point, we just put something on the TV. I don't know what, but we just literally just lock into our phones and just quiet, just listen to whatever happened. And then next thing you know, we picked up a couple of things. And so, I think on my end, you start hearing some footsteps.
Mm.
Keep in mind, no one's awake at this time. It's me and him. Everyone else is sleeping. Now, obviously, the family's home. Me and him, and we're in the room. We weren't making any noise. Like we weren't like hopping around in the room or anything. Like, we were just sitting down in the bed. You hear some footsteps, and you're like,
They're heavy, fucking
like
they're heavy.
and you hear them, and it's like, oh shit, that was kind of creepy. And then I'm still doing that. That's kind of all. That's like kind of everything that I got. Now Johnny, this is really fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Johnny, he does a thing where he's talking about like he gets okay like really wide eyes, something like that. He looks over at me. He goes, bro, listen to this.
Because I had headphones in, because I'm like listening to it really close.
He listen to this. And so he plays for me really quiet. Oh man,
Yeah,
it's just really quiet, and then all you hear is
like clear
as
as
if
fuck.
someone like released like a hot breath in the damn mic.
Yeah.
Like it was genuinely like it sounded like someone like just did that.
Got
And
right, got right to it.
Walked up
And
to
like-
the mic and
Like that.
yeah, it was somebody. Oh man, dude, I wish you had the recording.
I know that's like the greatest lost footage ever. 'cause
Like
that
we
shit's
like
crazy.
it was genuinely, and that one really freaked us out. And we're like, holy shit! Like that was crazy. And like we actually stayed up for like the rest of the night.
Yep.
I'm not sure if it was for that reason. I think we
I was freaked out.
yeah, I mean, obviously, so it was pretty scary. So the sun's kind of coming up at this point.
Cherry on top.
So the sun's coming up, and then at this point it's like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., and we're like, all right, let's go to sleep now. So I remember, so I was laying in like my single twin bed. Johnny was at the top of the bunk bed, and then we're laying down. We're like, all right, let's go to sleep now. Joking around, Johnny throws a pillow at me like, I got you. And then my mom opens the door, and my mom was like she goes, hey, she goes, whose handprint is this? And we're like, what are you talking about? She goes, there's a handprint right here next to your door. And I was like, and dude, I looked at Johnny, and we're like, no way. So I shot out of bed. He hopped down, and we looked at it. We see like a big ass hand, like
hand.
huge hand.
Oh,
Here's the
you
thing.
saw it too.
Yeah.
You see? Oh yeah. So now keep in mind, no, I'm not trying to say it, but like I'm the biggest person in the house. Like I got the biggest hands. This thing dwarfed my hand. This thing was so big, and I was like,
big.
And it was up high, right?
was
Like
high.
that.
it was like it was like and so we were like, oh shit. They were like, and so from then on, I was like, let's not fuck with this. I was like, I don't know where it came from. It was so random.
And it wasn't like dirt handprint. It was like a clear, like
Yeah, like
like
And wasn't it
viscous
kind of
liquid.
like smeared a
It
little
was
bit?
a little bit,
Like,
like slide.
just
like just like
barely.
a little slide, like.
But you could still see like the width of the fingertips
Yeah.
were big. And it was
Wait,
clear.
wait,
was
wait,
big.
wait. What is it though? Like, what is the handprint of? Though?
It's just like
It's just
a,
like,
like
weird.
imagine just a handprint, like
like
just like on the side of my
maybe
door.
oil. Like
Like
it was just
oil
like
almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
like just something like
it looks shiny.
yeah, like kind
Like-
of like
Almost as someone had like left their hand there for like a while.
Yeah, like,
like
Hotness
it
or
was sweaty
something?
or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
enough to make it out, but just way big to be like, dude, like
Anyone's.
dude.
That's crazy. That's so fucking creepy.
yeah. So when we just saw it, we were like,
I put that
holy
up
shit.
there. That was one of the ones where that shit was crazy.
Like when we saw that hand, I was just like, oh, yeah, never mind. So then from then on, we was like, let's
Yeah,
leave
I
this
don't
place
know.
alone.
So when we used to live there, that was in my like prime hood rat teenage
Yeah.
before I moved out of my house era. And by hood rat, I mean like me and my best friend would ditch school and take naps and eat McDonald's.
Okay.
That was the
That's it. That.
And like that was the juniors were at like one of the best houses we've lived in. It was just super big and nice and like a great neighborhood. So I loved my room. And I had invited my friend over to do her hair. I was doing some like blonde streaks in her hair because I've always been doing hair. And she was in my room. I went to pee. Then I had a bathroom right across from my door. And then my door was right next to the garage entrance. So then I went back and then I asked her a question. And then she said, me and her used to call each other mom. And she's like, Mom, who is that? And I was like, what? And she's like, who's behind you? And I turned and I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, are you trying to scare me? And I said, no, what are you talking about? And she said, Mom, someone went above you, like a head peered in above me. And I was like, no. I was like, stop. And she's like, and I thought she was
Mama,
kidding. She's
girl
like, I'm
behind
serious.
you.
And then we closed the door and we just like, I was like, you trying to go somewhere? Yeah, we just.
Fuck, that's so scary. Holy
And I thought
fuck.
she was kidding. She's like, no, it was tall. So now I'm like thinking, imagine what if it's the same type of thing? Like, I don't know.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's scary, dude. Fuck.
That just reminded me of that. Sorry, I had to share it.
No, yeah, that's so scary.
I don't know, but I wanted to just say that, like, over these last two podcast recordings that we've been making, I've noticed something, and I think it's you. You guys are like haunted. I think like I don't think like we have any real like it's always connected to you guys
I'll
somehow.
say you and Johnny, yeah, or Jess and Johnny, you guys have some like pretty crazy stories.
Yeah, Jess and Johnny, I feel like they're connected to you guys always at some point somehow. Like every single story so that we've told, like it connects to you specifically.
Yes, and I hope that energy carries over tonight. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, me too, because I don't want to be touched by no ghost.
I don't know. I've just always been a spooky gal, and I've always been able to see and like feel other things. And like here at the Reno Psychic Institute, I've gotten readings done before, and like the two that I've done, they always ask me like, "Oh, your psychic ability is really high. Have you ever practiced?" And I'm like, "No." And they're like, if you could, you can like talk to spirits,
Which
do
is
this, and that.
nuts, yeah.
And as much as I would maybe love to open that door because I do love the paranormal, I always like don't know if I'd want to live a life where like I'm an open door and I'm seeing dead people or entities all the time, because I think growing up I have always been scared a lot. I've been scared in Mexico. I've been scared almost everywhere I've lived. I always have really like terrifying nightmares sometimes, and like I don't know, sometimes I'm worried if I open that door it might be too much. And like everyone that I talk to who is in the like medium community or does that type of stuff says that you have to like set boundaries and kind of like protect yourself as you're doing that stuff, because like if not they'll like suck the energy out of you and like consistently be following you. And like I don't know if I'm ready to like be seeing dead people all the time, or
Yeah,
like
I'm not ready to get sucked off either.
Yeah. Don't suck my energy, please.
but yeah, so
I'm kidding.
Come on. Oh my god. Honestly. Okay, I'll just
John,
go ahead and
your
tell my
final
last one here.
story.
And this is my least favorite one. I fucking hate this story. This shit's so scary. Just for context, thank you. I needed that. For context, we would
for
always
the audio listeners, Junior squeezed his knee and
No, I just kissed him.
Yeah.
No, oh,
Very, very. He pacified
he
me a
almost
little
sucked him off.
bit. He almost sucked my energy out. So we always sleep with our doors locked. And in the green and white house
Interesting.
that I referenced in my last story was the first time I had my own room. And we always slept with the door locked because my mom was like, her house got broken into when she was younger, and so
That's really scary.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was, and there's a whole story to that too. My grandma's a G for that shit, but that's a different story. So the doors are always locked, and this is the first room I had that was my own room, and it was an addition to the house because the house used to be two separate properties that the owner connected with the room extension, the one that I had. So there was a door that led into what was his upholstery shop, and this is the landlord. His name was Carl. And so he would be there during the days and stuff like that. He'd be doing upholstery and stuff, and he would leave at night. And he showed us when we first moved in. He was like, yeah, this door connects to my shop. He's like, but look, he's like, I got all this stuff there. He had a bunch of insulation, like, and stuff like that. He's like, I don't go through here. He's like, and the door is like locked from, this side and that side, whatever. The room had no windows because it's an addition. He didn't put windows because it used to be like a hallway type of deal. And so I'm living in that back room. I don't know why I chose that room. And from the moment I first moved in that room, I was like, this shit just feels like creepy in there. So in the room, I had not a lot of furniture. I had a twin mattress, a twin bed. I had a recliner chair, and I had a little stand with my TV on it. And the recliner faced the TV, and the recliner was at the foot of my bed, facing not perpendicular to it. So it would kind of you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I was laying in bed at night. So if I'm laying in bed, I look straight, I can see the recliner and facing my TV. And so I would fall asleep. I was afraid of the dark. I would fall asleep with this little DVD player playing. It was a little mini one. And I would put on Pineapple Express. It was my comfort movie. Put it on, fall asleep. And throughout the night, I'd wake up and restart it because the menu music was loud. So I'd start it again, fall asleep. And that was my habit, my routine, right? And so one night, I fall asleep, roll over, and and again, my door's locked. I roll over to turn the DVD player back on. And as I roll over, I noticed I don't see the recliner. And I was like, what the fuck? And I finished rolling over, and the recliner has literally moved across my room and is now sitting as if someone's sitting in the recliner watching me sleep.
Ugh.
And the scariest part about that shit is, okay,
your door's locked, first of all.
The only door I can't guarantee is locked is the one leading into this dude's shop. He wasn't there that night. Supposedly he left. But the way I see it is...
Oh my fucking God.
The way I see it is either, okay, it was paranormal, or is it even more scary that maybe... And I don't want to damn his character.
Yeah.
But...
Carl might have been watching you.
And that's why I never slept in that room from that down. And my sister was my big sister. So she was like, yo, instantly she's like, let's switch rooms. And she was she had fucking nerves of steel. She loved horror movies, was never afraid. She was such a brave child. And she experienced something in that room, never told me what it was, and would not sleep in that room anymore as well.
Whoa.
Yep. And we would always hear taps in the closet. You'd hear little 3 taps. And one night I wasn't sleeping there. My sister slept in my mom's bed because she said that she heard scratching in the closet. And so, yeah. And that recliner thing, I remember fucking that shit was facing me. And it was just, that was one of my least favorite stories. I hate that one. It scares me so bad.
Yeah.
Anything that can be chalked up to maybe also real life is still really fucking terrifying.
That one's because I was a child, I was 7th grade. So
yeah.
Scary,
Ugh, that's creepy.
Well, that's all I got for my ghost stories.
I know Des has a story, right?
Oh, for my dad?
Yeah.
So I do... Okay, it might take me a second to kind of break it down. Sorry,
okay.
Okay, so my dad, who I talked about on your guys' podcast, and he's always been... Yeah, check them out. Brother, Let's Talk video. And he's always been connected to that kind of spirit world stuff. I mean, I've told the story on our podcast where my dad says he sold his soul to the devil for a joint. So check that episode out. It was really nuts. But so this is around this era of my dad, teenage, young life. And he says that he's riding bikes with, I think, his cousin or a friend, his best friend, and they're just riding bikes around town. And the town's in California. It's a very small town. You blink, you miss it. So everyone pretty much knows, you just ride your bikes around. No one cares.
Gotcha.
And he says that they're, going towards the house of the friend, and they're heading straight towards it. And he says he's behind his friend. His friend's a little bit ahead of him riding his bike, and that his friend just stops suddenly. And he's about to go past him, and he stops and he looks at his friend and he's like, what's up? And he looks forward, and there's a woman in white standing there.
Ooh.
And his friend, by the time he even realizes it, has taken off the opposite way.
Oh my God.
She just left him.
Didn't even say anything, just takes off the opposite way. And my dad says he's confused. Who the fuck is this lady? Why is my friend going the opposite direction? So he's about to turn around too to follow his friend. And then the person takes out has a cigarette, and goes to light it. And then they combust into flames.
Whoa.
And my dad says then he turned around and took off also. When they looped back around to go straight to, because this was in front of the house, they go loop back to the house. There's nothing there. There's nobody there. No remnants of fire, anything like that. And that was one of the stories that he told me. So my dad's always been
crazy.
Connected to those kinds of
Heavy
creepy
ass
shit.
imagery. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, but I know just because you brought up on our podcast that you had some stories you want to talk about at the Butler house that you said I don't remember.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, one was the arm one.
Okay.
Okay.
That's so scary.
Another one was we were at home and I was walking out into the kitchen, and I don't know if you were in the living room watching TV, because I don't think you were in the kitchen. I was either going to make us some food or something. And like I walk in, and then we had these cabinets up here. So like when you would walk into the kitchen, it's the kitchen, cabinet, then this way is like the table, our fridge, stove, sink. And then as soon as I walked to the kitchen, the cabinet was open already. And then, do you remember?
No. Sorry, no. You triggered another memory. Sorry.
Okay. And then I'm walking, and then whoosh, 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 hella fruit cups start flying out of our cabinet across the fucking room. And then I'm like, Junior, did you hear that? Did you see that? And he's like, what? No, what? And then he's like, oh, did you drop these? And I was like, no, they just flung out.
I was like, nice try, Jess.
And then I think I told my uncle and maybe my mom, and they thought I was lying. And I was like, why would I lie? And even the next day, there was one fruit cup still on the floor. I was like, yeah, why would I throw the fruit cups? And you know,
For
and
what?
that was one of them. I can't remember the other one right now. I'm blanking.
Well, I mean, I can say the one that you just reminded me of.
Okay, yeah.
Now, this one, oh my God. This was deep in the memories.
Yeah.
One night, same house, late at night, probably 2 a.m. I just wanted just I'm being fatback Medina back in the days. I'm going for a little snack. And then I forgot what happened. So the same cabinet she's talking about. I don't remember. I think Mom had the big old cans, the ones that they have here, like the big old like the fruit cans,
the big jugs of
the parfait or whatever. Or,
Sam's Club size.
Yeah, the big boys. Mm-hmm. So I remember I opened that cabinet up and I was like, oh man, there's really nothing I want to eat. I was like, you know what? I'll just get a drink then, whatever. But so I remember I kind of I'm still in my words. It's freaked me the fuck out. I left the cabinet open, and so then I was like, you know what? Gonna get a drink. Grabbed a cup, maybe some water. I forgot what I grabbed. Probably some soda, honestly. But the same fucking cabinet was still open. Obviously, I turn around. The can of fruit was on the floor. Not the can. Well, yeah, the tin can, but this thing weighs I don't think
they're at least a few pounds.
Yeah, obviously very heavy.
You would hear it.
This would have made a big loud bang
if it would have fallen.
And I remember I turned around, I looked at it, and I was like, I was like, holy shit! And so I literally just picked it back up, put it in the cabinet, closed it, and I did one of those things where you can skedaddle back to the room, turn the lights off, didn't even look back. But that one, oh my God, I hella forgot about that.
The ghost in your guys' house didn't like
Did
fruit.
not like the fruit.
Yeah, doesn't like fruit in a
crazy,
can.
Yeah.
I hella forgot about that.
It should be farm fresh.
That's
Yeah,
Really
that one,
crazy.
I was
So sketched out now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
was gonna
random
say-
waves of chills.
The only other thing I could think of that scared me there was after I got my wisdom teeth pulled out. Mom came home and then she's like, I have to go back to work soon. And we're watching Montel and eating. You remember Montel?
I do not.
Talk show host would have Sylvia Brown on
Dang,
Wednesdays.
that's a deep
Is it the black guy?
area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm vague memory, but yes.
And so we're just sitting there and she's getting ready to leave. And then you just hear what sounds like a bunch of plates crashing and breaking. And so I get up to look. There's nothing on the floor. Everything's fine. There's nothing broken. It literally sounded like someone like picked up the little dish thing and just like threw it all. Nothing fell. Nothing was out of place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Oh my God, I'm so sketched out. I'm like thinking like, how am I even gonna walk down this hallway right now? Let alone,
Should we have done the ghost investigation first?
oh fuck no.
Who knows if we would have been able to record?
That's
No,
true.
honestly, this is perfect because you know what? Like, we're gonna be so vulnerable now. It's gonna be great. Honestly, we're gonna get something.
Yeah, this has been a crazy episode. Thanks for listening to another one of the Speaking Into the Abyss episodes. We now our first time guests.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Oh,
yeah.
hey, we are honored.
Yeah, really
Yeah,
honored.
welcome for your first big podcast.
I mean, I
Your
will
first
say,
time yelling in the abyss with us.
I will say, you guys, you know, obviously because we're both of us major fans. We did. I mean, we kind of did have like the same kind of thing as you guys. Where we kind of did want to do something like this, but then obviously once you guys started doing it, we're just like, man, we could do the same thing, dog. So
you're saying
That's the
that
podcast thing.
We are the light
Yes.
that inspired BLT.
you were
Brother,
the.
Without
Let's
us,
talk.
there might not be a BLT.
I will admit that we always had. So it's almost like we left the gas stove on and it filled the room with gas.
And we ignited you.
and you were
we
that
ignited
spark.
it.
You guys burnt the house down.
Yeah,
Love
With
it.
honor.
that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, honored to be here. You know, and I wouldn't say I'm an avid every episode listener, but I tune in and you know what I'm saying. I'm checking it out. I'm in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
area.
you got
appreciate the
Junior
support.
beat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
What can I say?
So tune into Brother Let's Talk also on in
yeah,
video
you'll
platform.
get a little backstory on Big Back Medina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're available on YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. New episodes every Wednesday at 7 a.m.
We will
Sometimes.
we'll put a link in our
yeah.
description as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all for having us.
Well, thanks for listening to another episode of Speaking Into the Abyss.
Oh. Have a good day, evening, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.